Yet another week building my Goat Island Skiff. This time I'm going to take care of the gunnels. The plans call for a bevel on the underside. I don't have anywhere else to work, so space is limited. I'm going to screw this to the boat temporarily, and then I'm going to bevel the top side. The same on that one. And when it's ready, I'll just swap them. So the bevel, which is now on the top, will end up on the bottom on the other side, and vice versa. Let's do it. If you're going to bevel this like I did, one side and then swap it to the other, remember that you have to do it before you finish the bow end, because otherwise you're going to have all the angles wrong. And if you don't have enough wood back there to compensate and push it forwards, you won't be able to finish it. I mean, mine is going to be cut even further back because I want a round bow here, not the pointy one. I've got a couple of marks here to make sure the contact point is in the right place. Gonna let it dry. Tomorrow I'll start working on that side, and meanwhile I'm gonna work on the spacers. That's 60 grams out of 120. So half of it is back in the cup. But I didn't feel comfortable spreading any less on the gunnels when I was applying it. I guess that's called inexperience. Anyway, mixed 120, I've got 60 in the cup. Next, I'm going to take care of these. Need to make a quick jig to sand these tops. That's it, guys. 60 spacers done. And that was worth every minute I spent building it. And tomorrow I'll glue these. And it's another day. I'm about to cut the bow and stern knees so I can figure out the spacing for the spacers. Before I do this, final adjustments and the bevels and all that, I'm going to start coating the spacers on the end grain and the bottom side. Keep up, anyone? I don't have much time to work on this boat today, so what I'm going to do is try to work out the spacing between these kebab bits. One side done, let's start on the other one. So we know the position of that spacer, which is determined by the plans. Now we're going to measure from the start of it to the frame, and that's 1310 millimeters. The plans call for 90 millimeter gap. My spacers are, they're not really 70 because I cut them with 70 and then sanded the tops. The 68. So 90 plus 68, that's 158. So if we divide 1310, which is the total distance, divide by 158, spacer plus the gap, that equals 8 spacers and a bit. Obviously we can't do a bit, so let's figure out what that bit is. And I think the easiest way is just multiplying 158 times the 8 spacers. That's 1264. You subtract that from 1310. That equals 46 millimeters. And if we divide that by the number of spacers we're fitting, that's almost 6 millimeters more to add to the gap. So I'm going to do 96 millimeters gap between each spacer. When I put glue in here and I clamp them, they're going to move. So I've marked on the top where they should be, so I can adjust them. That's the same distance, 1310. So again, that's 8 spacers and 96 gap. This one has been beveled, which means it's probably about 7-8 millimeters shorter than the other ones here where we measured. So we have to add 1 millimeter to each gap to compensate. Doesn't seem much, but at the end of 8 spacers you have 8 millimeters. So on this end I have to start with spacer first, then gap, which in this case is 60 only in this one. 60 there, plus 96. It's quite chilly in here. It's about 12 degrees. I need to put something else on. That's better. Let's mix some epoxy. See that I don't have that white cover anymore? That's because yesterday I dropped this bucket and spilled half a kilo of epoxy all over my workbench. I managed to scoop most of it back into the bucket, but now it's full of little things, so which means this is only good for gluing now. Okay, today I have time to do the 3 coats here, so I'm gonna do all of it. Let's get this ready for 3 coats now. It's getting warmer now. While I wait for the epoxy to get packed for the 3rd coat, I'm going to work on the Inwales. Inwales? Still don't know. You gotta be kidding me. It just started raining. I think I have to go indoors somehow. That's that 3rd coat done. 2 more to go there. It's almost 1 a.m. and this last coat is still tacky. That's 6 hours gone now. So I want to go to bed. Obviously I'm not going to glue this now at this time. So I'm going to apply an extra coat on the spacer side and then I'll go to bed, get up early, and that will still be tacky just as it is now. Sounds like a plan anyway. Right, I guess I see you in the morning. 6:30 in the morning, 5 hours later. Nice and dry on this side and tacky on the other. So let's get down to business. Just applied an extra coat. That should give me a bit more time to finish it without having to rush. Ready for the next one? I have a, I guess you guys call it 2x2 under the first spacer, and I have that stump under the last one. That helps me keep the ends in place. That's gunnels, spacers and Inwales done. This week I worked 34 hours, a bit more than I expected. I underestimated how much work actually takes to make these spacers, glue them, put the gunnels and everything else. It is a lot of steps, so it takes quite a while. But now it's done. So next week I'm going to try and do the knees, the hardwood on the gunnels, and if I have time left I'll open the dagger board slot and the mast hole. And remember, stay safe and I'll see you next week.